Good afternoon. I was just thinking about the tall poppy syndrome in Australia, which is an ideology that says it's best for society to have everyone at a lower to medium level of success and to discourage those who are ambitious to reach the upper middle class or the lower upper class in terms of achievement, status, social connections, hierarchy, right? And I used to be kind of down about Australia and think, gee, I wish I was in America, because in America, in the United States, they really celebrate greatness and ambition. And as part of their culture to celebrate those who are trying to better themselves and trying to better society as a whole. But then I realized that it kind of makes sense in Australia to have the tall poppy syndrome because we have a lot of easy money. It does pay quite well for unskilled, uneducated labour. And it's quite high salary for things like retail. So what happens is it does give a false sense of confidence to the most average and the lowest common denominator. Therefore, there does necessitate the need of some social stranglehold on the people's ambition, because there's a lot of cannon fodder who have an artificially inflated sense of self-worth. And so that social programming to discourage greatness is kind of essential in a country where there's lots of money to be made for the most average of people. Because having a bit of cash from things like real estate and landowning, it can give you a false sense of achievement. And there's nothing worse than someone who is arrogant, who is their level of confidence does not match the level of skill or wit or achievement. So you don't want people acting like they're God's gift to earth when they haven't done anything or they haven't shown any kind of skill or talent. And so you don't want Australians to be like trying to make lots of movies or have lots of kids or own businesses if they're shit cunts. So you have a social pressure to keep everyone down. So you have to be extra exceptional to rise through that. Because it's not chains. Yes, like in high school and stuff, and if you talk to people socially in parties as an adult, there is some level of intimidation and little snide comments to try and humble your ambition. And people will say, no, just play it safe. Go, just do what everyone else does. They will say that, but it's up to you to rise the ranks and not let the average person keep you down. Not to let those voices ruin your ambition, because it's better to try and fail than to have never tried at all. So if you have a business or an idea or a piece of art or some kind of social experiment you want to create ethically, then it's up to you to do that and fight against the machine of the Australian tall poppy syndrome to keep you down. And understand it has its place. Every law, no matter how ethical or unethical, there is reasoning behind it. I think one of my greatest skills is being able to put myself in the shoes of the so-called enemy. That way, it makes me feel less confident in my own side, which is important because you never really know if you're the good guy or the bad guy. So you got to really look at certain situations deeply. Have a good day.